Saturday morning, soul on the radio. Saturday morning, everybody knows this is the sound that raised us up right from Friday's last song to Saturday's last. To the smell of bacon and the Isley brothers. My father in the kitchen feeding all the others. Record crate by the window, 45s on the table. Soul music playing loud as the house is able. The DJ on the radio spinning what we needed. Every word a lesson and every groove repeated. Until it got into the bone, into the memory. Until the Saturday morning became our ceremony. From the block to the barber shop, from the shop to the park, from the park to the block party after dark. This is how the music moves, this is how it spreads. Soul in the morning, hip hop in your head. Saturday morning, soul on the radio. Saturday morning, everybody knows this is the sound that raises up right from Friday's last song to Saturday's live. Me and my cousin at the record store by noon, flipping through the bins trying to find a tune. The one we heard on Tuesday through somebody's wall. The one that made us stop mid-step in the hall. The man behind the counter knew exactly what we meant. He pulled it from behind the desk, 50 cents well spent. That's how the education worked on our block. Soul music in the morning, hip-hop around the clock. Hip-hop didn't fall from the sky. It grew from the same soil as a lullaby. Funk gave it the body, soul gave it the why. Saturday morning is how the music survives. Soul on the radio. Saturday morning, everybody knows this is the sound that raises up right from Friday's last song to Saturday's live. Put the record on, let the needle drop. This is where it started. Permission slip to speak. I don't need your proof for the way I move through the streets. This is the territory of everyone who stays. No permission slip, just the fire that we made. Oh, the delegation told us the gates were for our safety. They built the walls and called the walls a gift. Then they raised the cost of living in the territory and called it progress, called it opportunity, called it shift. Well, I'm done with their vocabulary, done with the schedule and the definition of the line. I'm drawing my own map on the back of the regulations, and then I'm walking on the parts that said, well, not mine. The anger isn't loud because loud is what they see. The anger is the quiet thing that doesn't ask permission. Every step across the line they drew without consulting us is the answer to the question they refuse to listen. I don't need a permission slip to speak. I don't need your approval for the way I move through the street. This is the territory of everyone who stays. No permission slip, just a fire that we made. No, somebody said tone it down, said you'll get more done that way. I said more done for who and in whose direction. The ones who benefit from the current arrangement are not the ones I'm trying to win permission from. They write the guidelines, they host a conversation, they moderate the comment section of our own lives. I'm done submitting drafts for their approval. Speaking my own language now, watch how it arrives. The anger isn't loud because loud is what they see. The anger is the quiet thing that doesn't ask permission. Every step across the line they drew without consulting us is the answer to the question they refuse to listen. I don't need a permission slip to speak. I don't need your approval for the way I move through the street. This is the territory of everyone who stays. No permission slip, just a fire that we made. They put together a panel to discuss us. 9 people in the room deciding our amount. I wonder what they do if we showed up at the panel and started deciding what they're about. I'm not asking for a seat at any table that was built without a label or a thought. I'm setting up the table somewhere else entirely, and you're welcome to it, but you won't be at the top. There's a difference between anger and destruction. Oh, I know the difference. I invented the distinction. Anger builds an anger names, and anger refuses to pretend that what is broken is a gift. Destruction is what they accuse us of for breathing. Too loud, too much, too present, too alive. I'll take the accusation with the rest of what they offer, and I'll keep on not asking, and I'll keep on and thrive. I don't need a permission slip to speak. I don't need your approval for the way I move through the street. This is the territory of everyone who stays. No permission slip, just the fire that we made. Young people are watching what we do with this moment. Every move either opens a door or builds a wall. I choose a door, I choose the floor where everyone's standing. I choose the kind of fire that warms instead of falls. This is not a revolution made of single angry moments. This is a long burn engine running on a real permission slip. So for the ones who need permission, I was born already knowing what I feel. Hey, 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 hey,
yeah. What they knocked down, we can still remember. What they built instead doesn't know our names. The new place has its beauty in November, but it doesn't know what the old place became. There was a building on this block until 2009. 4 stories of dark red brick and slanted window frames. The Galveston Arms, which was not grand but was ours, and the people who lived there became the people we became. Mrs. Okonkwo on the 2nd floor, the Regis family next to a Marcus Green, who played piano at 2 in the morning when the news was bad. The building smelled like someone always cooking something, and someone always was, and the smell made everything feel less sad. Progress is the word they use when they remove the thing that you've been living in and calling home. The word comes with a rendering of something modern, and the rendering is always cleaner than the place. You know we're not down, we can still remember. What they built instead doesn't know our names. The new place has its beauty in November, but it doesn't know what the old place became. Tuesday without ceremony, a Tuesday like the building didn't deserve a Monday or a Thursday. We watched from the street, a small crowd without protest signs, because protesting it already happened and it was already over. The piano from 2B got moved to a cousin's apartment in the Midwest. The smell of course went with it, smells don't pack well. The new building went up in 14 months, certified and modern, and some of us still live nearby, some of us don't anymore. Progress is the word they use when they remove the thing that you've been living in and calling home. The word comes with a rendering of something modern, and the rendering is always cleaner than the place you wasn't knocked down. We can still remember. What they built instead doesn't know our names. The new place anniversary by not mentioning it. In a way you don't mention the thing that still stings. Met at Desmond's place instead, put on some old music. Ate the same things we ate in the building, we're grieving. Someone brought photos from a phone they'd backed up somewhere. Mrs. Okonkwo in a doorway, Marcus at the piano in a frame. We passed the phone around and looked at it in silence. The way you look at something that won't ever look the same. Memory is the only lease that doesn't get renewed on someone else's terms. The building's gone, but the building's still in use. We carry the slanted window frames, the neighbor smells the piano in our cells. The specific creak of a specific staircase, none of us has forgotten. What they knocked down was real and what they built is real. But only one of those things knows who we are. Only one of those things calls us by our names. Only one of those things gets to be the star they knocked down. We can still remember what they built instead. Doesn't know our names. The new place has its beauty in November, but it doesn't know what the old place became. Some of us still walk past the new building, out of habit, out of love, out of something between. We look up at the clean lines of the things they replaced us with, and we remember everything they used to be. What they knocked down, they couldn't knock out of us. What they built, they'll never build into the texture of our years. Somewhere in the city, in 11 different apartments, the Galveston arm still stands, and now we live in what we are.
Clock hit midnight and the floor comes alive. Been running this machine for 40 years, still drive. 4:30 alarm, I don't need no reminder. Pull on these boots in the dark, same as ever. The road to the plant is a ghost town at midnight. Nothing but fog and the hum of my motor. Third shift foreman says the quota ain't changing. 68 parts by the time that sun rises. Know every valve, every bolt, every lever. 16-hour days in this kingdom of iron. My back may be broken, but my will ain't shaking. Every night that I clock in, something sacred gets made. The floor don't sleep and I don't ask for mercy. Just the next piece coming down, gotta be paid. They call it the graveyard, but I call it my throne. Every midnight I'm clocking in, burning alone. Steel on steel, the groan of the press. The king of the graveyard answers to no one but best. Worked beside Jimmy and Carl back in 78. Carl took a buyout, Jimmy went home with a limp. I stayed on the floor when they changed all the machines. Learned a new system like it was second nature. My daughter calls on Sundays, says come visit the kids. I say after winter when overtime slows down, she knows what it means when I say that again. But the line keeps on rolling and I keep rolling with it. My back may be broken, but my will ain't shaking. Every night that I clock in, something sacred gets made. The floor don't sleep and I don't ask for mercy. Just the next piece coming down, gotta be paid. They call it the graveyard, but I call it my throne. Every midnight I'm clocking in, burning alone. Steel on steel, the ground The young boys coming with their earbuds and phones. I show them the angles, the time and the rhythm. They think it's just labor, they don't know it's a language, a conversation between man and machine. By the second week, they start to understand that every part shipped is a piece of your story. I've shipped enough pieces to fill up this town, and this old man ain't stopping till they carry him out. Some nights the fluorescent lights flicker and dim, and the whole floor goes quiet for a split second long. I hear every shift I ever worked in that silence, every name on a time card, every midnight to dawn. Management came with their charts and their numbers, said efficiency's up, but the spirit is gone. I told them the spirit lives in the careless and timing. You can't put a number on what we've been building on. They call it the graveyard, but I call it my throne. Every midnight I'm clocking in, burning alone. Steel on steel, grown or depressed. The king of the graveyard answers to no one but best. 6 a.m. and the light comes in sideways through a window the size of a shoebox on the east wall. I pull off my gloves, drink the last of the coffee, sign the logbook and hand off the morning call. Been a graveyard shift king for 40-odd years. Punch the clock on the way out and walk into dawn. By tomorrow night I'll be back at my station. This factory made me and I made this song. Everybody out on the block tonight, fire hydrant running and the kids look right. Me and my trumpet in the neighborhood groove. Nothing stops when we got something to prove. Yeah, set up my case on the corner of 5th and Decatur. The bass player late, but he's always been late. Mrs. Patterson's out with a folding lawn chair, the kind she's had since 1978. Little Marcus is doing the worm on the concrete. Old Desmond is grilling the ribs on the left side. Someone turned up the speakers inside that red doorway, and the whole block started breathing like one thing alive. The sun drops low and the air gets sweet with it. Somebody always brings the good stuff out when the trumpet hits that a high note. Hold it, the whole street stops and gives a shout. Everybody out on the block tonight, fire hydrant running and the kids look right. Me and my trumpet in the neighborhood groove. Nothing stops when we got something to prove. Oh, 2 girls from the next block came over and joined us, yeah. Brought tambourines and a whole lot of soul. The bass player finally showed up half an hour late. Said his bus broke down, but Lord, he plays it whole. Deacon William started doing the step from back in '73. The teenagers laughed, but then they tried it too. By 8 o'clock there was nobody watching the sidewalk. Everybody was part of what the music was doing. The sun drops low and the air gets sweet with it. Somebody always brings the good stuff out when the trumpet hits that a high note. Hold it, the whole street stops and gives a shout. Everybody out on the block tonight, fire hydrant running and the kids look right. Me and my trumpet in the neighborhood somebody says this might be the last time. The landlords are selling and the rent's going up. But every summer the block party happens again. Like something in this neighborhood refuses to stop. I played at weddings and I played at theaters, but nothing I've ever played felt like this. When the whole street is one body dancing together, that's when I remember why I picked up this horn. Everybody out on the block tonight. Fire hydrant running and the kids look right. Me and my trumpet in the neighborhood groove. Nothing stops when we got something to prove. Long after midnight the echo still lingers. I can hear the bass line when the block goes quiet. Some things you can't find on a stage or a record. Only alive on a summer street, electric like a riot. Next year I'll be back on this corner. Same trumpet, same case, same folding lawn chair. Block party brass is the realest music I've known. And as long as this block stands, I'll be playing it here. Nobody handed you nothing on a silver plate. Nobody opened the door and said, come on through. Every inch of ground you're standing on right now, you dug it out yourself and built something true. They told you stay in line. They told you know your place. They wrote the rules before you ever got a say. But you showed up in a way and made them move aside. What they built to keep you out, you turned into your gateway. You don't owe them a thank you. You don't owe them a power. You've been carrying this weight since before they'd allow. No one gave it to you. You took it yourself. No one left the place for you. You cleared the shell. Every room they locked you out of, you built your own door. No one gave it to you. That's what you're standing here for. They study your movement, they document your fire. They write papers about how you rise from the ground. But they don't ask the question they're most afraid of, which is what happens when you finally turn around. You've been patient long enough, patience is a strategy. But there's a line between patience and letting them win. Yeah, they drew the map of this city without your address on it. Time to put your name on everything. You don't owe them a thank you. You don't owe them a power. You've been carrying this weight since before they'd allow. No one gave it to you. You took it yourself. No one left the place for you. You cleared the shell. Every room they locked you out of, you built your own door. No one gave it to you. That's what you're standing here for. Yeah. Yeah, the history books left out your grandfather's chapter. Left out your grandmother working before the sun rose. Left out the 40 years of labor unrecorded. Left out the price that nobody knows, but you know it, you carry it inside your chest like a stone that gets heavier the more they deny. One day they'll write it all down in the textbooks until
for permission just to walk the hall, but permission was never theirs to give. This is your block, your ground, your way to live. Stand up straight and look them in the face. They borrowed this space from what your people made. Angry is not a problem, angry is a tool. When they call you dangerous, that's when you know it's true. No one gave it to you. You took it yourself. No one left a place for you. You cleared the shelf. Every room they locked you out of, you built your own door. No one gave it to you. That's what you're standing here for. Yeah. Walk out of here knowing what you carry. Walk out knowing what you already survived. They tried to write you out of every story, but you kept on writing and you kept on alive. Tell your children what nobody told you. Tell them they don't owe their freedom to the ones in charge, the ones who built this world without your family's credit. Still owe everything to the people in this song. Yeah. Every morning, same spot, same blue door, like it's been there since the building was built. Maybe it has. He stands in the frame of the blue doorway at dawn. Same brown jacket since the 90s hung loose on his frame. The landlord slid a notice underneath that door last Tuesday. He reads it every morning like it might change its name. Used to be a printer at the plant on Marion. Before the plant went somewhere he couldn't follow. Now he watches the gentrification trucks unload and waters the geranium on his windowsill like a vow. He don't say much to the ones passing by, nods at the dogs and the children who wave. The new coffee shop put chairs on the sidewalk, didn't ask, didn't notice, didn't even say hey. In the blue doorway he hold his position like a lighthouse in the neighborhood losing its light. The city keep moving and rearranging, but the man in the blue doorway keep standing upright. The building sold last spring to a holding company. New management sent a letter all glossy and clean. Said the historical character will be preserved and honored. Then they ripped out the plaster and painted things cream. His neighbor Rose moved out with her grandchildren. Said the new rent would swallow both their salaries whole. He stood in his doorway and watched the moving truck leave. And something in the blue of that door frame went cold. He don't say much to the ones passing by, nods at the dogs and the children who wave. The new coffee shop put chairs on the sidewalk, didn't ask, didn't notice, didn't even say hey. In the blue doorway he holds his position like a lighthouse in the neighborhood losing its light. The city keeps moving and rearranging, but a man in the blue doorway keeps standing upright. Come December, the notices The way a man holds a frame becomes a frame itself long enough, and a building forgets who built a step. Somebody ought to document what's disappearing before the last blue dog gets painted away. A neighborhood is a bricks and renovation project. It's the man who stood in the doorway every day. Like a lighthouse in a neighborhood losing its lights. The city keeps moving it and rearranging, but the man in the blue doorway keeps standing upright. Last anybody saw him, he was standing there still. The blue paint on that door just a little bit brighter. His daughter came up from Atlanta, brought some food, and stood beside him in the frame. Both of them fighters. Come spring, the doorway will belong to somebody else. The geranium will end up in a dumpster or a gift. But somewhere in this city, that man's still standing, holding the frame of a building that holds him.
Second shift ends at midnight. First shift starts at 6. I do the math every morning on the back of my time card.
Coffee is fine before the morning light hits the ceiling. Kitchen's cold, but the rent check's due on the 15th. Been doing double shifts since October started. Told myself it was temporary, still believing. My cousin says I look tired, says I should rest more. My body knows the difference between rest and stopping. I put in my badge and I clock the open numbers, and somewhere in the rhythm of the work I stopped watching. Yeah. This ain't the life I drew in my notebook at 20, but this is the life that's paying forward 20. Promise some mornings I can't tell the difference between moving and just running so fast that I look like I wanted it. Double time, somebody's got to carry it. Double time, doing double, no one else gonna pardon it. All I asked for was a shot at something steady. Been taking double time just to try to get ready. Yeah, again, double time just to try to get ready. Second shift is fair, at least calls me by my actual name, not just hey you. 3 of us women on the loading side, we keep things moving while the day shift guys take their third smoke break through. My mother calls on Wednesday, asks how I'm doing. I say fine, because fine is a kindness I give her. She worked 2 jobs herself when we were coming up small. Guess she taught me what fine looks like in a mirror. This ain't the life I drew, I know forget 20, but this is the life that's paying forward 20. Promise some mornings I can't tell the difference between moving and just running so fast that I look like I wanted it. Double time, somebody's got to carry it. Double time, doing double, no one just gonna pardon it. All I asked for was a shot at something steady. Been taking double time just to try to get ready. Yeah, double time just to try to get ready. One day I'm gonna walk out of here different. One day my name's gonna be on something more. Not because the work ain't worthy, the work is everything, but because I wanna choose the floor I'm working for. I got a folder on my phone with all my plans in it, savings, projections, and a nice school schedule. Started one class at a time on the long way around, but the long way's the only road I've been charted. They don't put our names in any dedication, no plaque at the entrance, no speech at the end, but you eat the food we pack as you drive on the roads we build. You sleep in the buildings we assembled and maintain. I don't want a trophy, I want a Liverpool future, a rate that keeps up with the price of the bread. A little bit of latitude when my body needs resting, and the knowledge that the extra work was something ahead. Double time. Double time. Double time. Double time. Somebody's gotta carry it. Double time. Doing double. No one was gonna pardon it. All I asked for was a shot of something steady. Been taking double time just to try to get ready. Yeah. 6 in the morning and the batch clears the reader. The parking lot's empty except for the shift that's just started. Just started. Started. Oh, babe. I pass 'em coming in and I'm heading on now. Both of us tired, both of us partly departing. Get in my car, let the radio catch what is playing. Might be something good or might be commercials again. Either way, I got 2 hours before the world needs me. And for 2 hours, just being alive is enough.
Last call, brother, give me your glass. Another night of stories from the middle of the past. The bar is my kingdom, I've heard every tale. Last call, brother, you better not bail. Delroy comes in at 7 on Tuesday. Says he's just passing through, been saying that 6 years. Orders the same thing, sits in the same corner, and tells me his cousin is moving up north every time he appears. Frank from the hardware store always tips and change. Exact change, like he runs the register himself. Says he used to be a saxophone player in Houston. I believe him on Thursdays, the other days I shall. I've been behind this bar for going on 11 years. The bourbon and the beer in the back of house drama. Seen proposals, seen breakups, seen 3 separate fist fights. And one man cry about a dog named Bahama. Last call, brother, give me your glass. Another night of stories from the middle of the past. The bar is my kingdom, I've heard every tale. Last call, brother, you better not fail. Then there's the professor who corrects all my grammar while ordering domestic beer at a premium price. I charged him for imports last autumn by accident. He paid it and said the ambiance was nice. The couple by the window have been having the same fight since Valentine's Day or possibly before. She shows him something on her phone, he looks away. One day they'll either get married or stop coming through the door. I've been behind this bar for going on 11 years. The bourbon and the beer in the back of house drama. Seen proposals, seen breakups, seen 3 separate fist fights. And one man cry about a dog named Bahama. Last call, brother, give me your glass. Another night of stories from the middle of the past. The bar is my kingdom, I've heard every tale. Last call, brother, you better not fail. Somebody always wants a station changed at night, but nobody can agree on what the station ought to be. I put on something old, something with some bottom, and the whole bar remembers who they used to be. By 11 o'clock the volume goes politely up, and people leaning close closer just to say their piece. The bar is full of strangers who become familiar, and familiar strangers who can't find their peace. Sometimes I think I'm running a confessional, a jukebox and a bottle for the price of admission. The stories I've been told, I couldn't write them down. Too many secrets of too many different conditions, yeah. But I keep polishing these glasses and I keep listening, because everybody needs a place to lay it down. Last call ain't just about the closing of the liquor. It's the last chance to be human before going back to town. Last call, brother. Give me your glass. Another night of stories from the middle of the past. The bar is my kingdom. I've heard every tale. Last call, brother. You better not fail. And at 2 a.m. I flip the chairs up on the tables, mop up the evidence of everything said and poured. Delroy always tries to help me with the sweeping. I always tell him that's outside his accord. Oh, he laughs and puts his hat on and heads out the door. Says see you Tuesday, like Tuesdays are already fixed. And I guess it is, I guess we all are in our way. Regulars in a bar where the funk never quits. Everyone who's ever called this neighborhood a name, to every family that planted themselves in this soil. We've been here since before they paved the main street over, and we'll be here when the new folks figure out what they found. We raised our children on these particular corners, ate the same meals in the same cramped kitchens. Our arguments and laughter made the walls remember, and the walls have been remembering for 30 years now. This is a letter to the block that made us, to the cracks in the sidewalk that know our names. You may not always be beautiful by their standards, but you've been home, and home can't be exchanged. Yeah. We built this block with time, not money. Yeah. We built this block with noise, with Sunday morning. Yeah. We built this block with every face that stayed. Block don't need a sign, the block knows its name. Yeah. Miss Jackson at the Garden running 20 years before the word urban got trendy. Her tomatoes were legendary at the 4th of July. Brother Duman ran the basketball court like a nation. Every kid that came through knew who governed the lines. Now the coffee place has a sign that says welcome in community. They mean it proudly, but they don't know yet what that means. Community isn't a sign above a count. It is 35 years of watching out for who needs. Hey, hey. This is a letter to the block that made us, to the cracks in the sidewalk that know our names. You may not always be beautiful by the standards, but you've been home, and home can't be exchanged. We built this block with time, not money. We built this block with noise, with Sunday morning. We built this block with every face that stayed. Block don't need a sign, the block knows its name. They say the neighborhood's improving, and maybe they're right. More lights on the street, some paint on the building, but something gets lost when the rent goes above what the people who built the thing are able to bring it. This letter isn't bitter, this letter is a record, a documentation
explanation of what was here and why it mattered. We want our children to know whose names are in these streets before the streets belong to someone else's chapters. To the ones who moved away when things got too expensive, we know you didn't leave because you wanted to go. You're still part of this block. In every conversation, your name comes up when somebody's telling the old story slow. To the ones who are still here holding on to the corner, we see you, we know what that stand is caused. To the ones just arriving, we're still here and we're watching, and we hope you learn to love what you haven't yet lost. Yes, we built this block with time, not money. We built this block with noise, with Sunday morning. And we built this block with every face that stayed. Block don't need a sign, the block knows its name. This block has a rhythm you learn by living in it. A tempo you absorb through the soles of your feet. The front porch school of architecture and kindness, where knowledge is free and it's always in season. We'll keep on building we've always had, which is each other, which was always enough. Long after the last final crackle settles, the block remains still breathing, still rough.
Detroit to Denver, Denver to Flagstaff, Flagstaff to wherever the dispatcher says next. You stop asking questions around mile 700.
The radio been speaking in static since Albuquerque. I turned it off and let the engine have the floor. 17 hours left till I deliver the shipment, and 17 hours is a long time to listen to yourself. Out here the road is the only conversation. The yellow line keeps its opinion close. I've solved 3 arguments I wasn't in yet, and forgiven 2 people who don't know I'm grateful. Something about 500 miles without a witness makes you honest in the way you can't be in a room. I've been carrying more than whatever's in this trailer. I've been carrying things I need to put down soon. 500 miles of yellow line, 500 miles of working out my mind. The cargo's just a reason for the moving. The moving is the thing I'm here to find. Woo! Woo! My father told me once that travel teaches lessons, that staying put refuses to reveal. I laughed at him because I was 17, and 17 already knows what everything is real. Now I'm driving through the dark Arizona desert, and my father is 4 states and 15 years behind, and I understand exactly what he meant by that. 500 miles to get clear, 500 miles to find. Something about 500 miles without a witness makes you honest in a way you can't be in a room. I've been carrying more than whatever's in this trailer. I've been carrying things I need to put down soon. 500 miles of yellow line, 500 miles of working out my mind. The cargo's just the reason for the moving. The moving is the thing I'm here to find. Yeah. I think about the people in those houses by the highway, the ones with the lights on at 3 in the morning. Another insomniac, another person wrestling something the dark makes too big to ignore. They see my headlights pass and go back to their thinking. I see the window light and keep on rolling. 2 people awake in the same quiet country, neither of us knowing we just made each other less alone. I've seen every variation of sunrise in America, every color of the sky that's just before the day. There are things about this job nobody advertises. The ones who never done it wouldn't understand anyway. It's not about the solitude, it's not about the freedom. Those are the words they use when they don't know the word. It's about the way the road makes the world make sense again. The way the moving makes you feel less absurd. 500 miles of yellow line, 500 miles of working out my mind. The cargo just a reason for the moving. The moving is the thing I'm here to find. Woo!
stay clear, I'll park in the lot and sleep in the cab for 4 hours and climb back in and point myself toward the next one, cause the next one is already on the board. Some people ask me why I don't find something settled. I tell them settled isn't a word that fits right on my bones. 500 miles, a yellow line is my answer, and the answer, like the road, just keeps going on.
I've been playing cards since Lyndon Johnson was president. I win some, I lose more than some. But I'm still at the table, which tells you something. Yeah. I learned to read a man before I learned to read cards. My father said the face is the hand is the face. Been sitting in the back rooms of this neighborhood 50 years, yeah, since the place on Magnolia was a jazz club and a gathering place. I've seen fortunes made on a single Wednesday evening. I've seen fortunes lost before the cigarette burned down. I've seen men weep in the parking lot at midnight, and I watched them come back in and turn it all around. They ask me what the secret to this game is. I tell them it's the same as the secret to the rest of life. Read the rule, know what you have, know when to fold, and never let them see you doing either. The gambler's philosophy is this: every hand you dealt is just a starting point. You play the man across you, not the cards, and even losing teaches you the joint. I lost everything 3 times in the 70s, twice in the 80s and once in 94. But losing everything is different from being beaten, because I always found my way back to this door. The young ones come in thinking it's about the money. After 6 months, they either quit or they understand. That money is just the language that the game speaks. What it's really teaching is how to read your hand. They ask me what the secret to this game is. I tell them it's the same as the secret to the rest of life. Read the rule, know what you had, know when to fold, and never let them see you doing either. The gambler's philosophy is this: every hand you dealt is just a starting point. You play the man across you, not the cards, and even losing teaches you the joke. Tommy been coming around on Fridays, smart as anything, terrible poker face. I've been watching him for 3 months from the corner, teaching him the only way the game can be taught. Last week he bluffed me out of $100. I called it wrong, I let him have that win. Tommy smiled and tried to hide the smile. That's the day I knew the boy could play. People say gambling is just luck and probability. They're right, and they don't know anything at all. Luck runs through the game the way blood runs through a body. But it's the will and wit that keep you off the floor. I've sat across some doctors, lawyers, factory workers. The cards don't know what name you've got outside this room. What they do know is who you are Going on 72, still at this table. My joints complain, but my mind is still quick. Some mornings I ask myself what I've been doing, but most mornings I know exactly what this is. It's a life spent in the company of risk and reading, and that is not so different from any other kind. The gambler's philosophy it's really just philosophy. Applied to the specific case of cards and time.
Because of what you lose by letting go. Mama keeps the light on in the window frame. Mama keeps the door unlocked and says your name. Every city scatters what it used to hold, but Mama keeps the light on in the cold. Your father worked this neighborhood for 30 years. Every neighbor knew him by his gait and voice. He would have laughed at what they call this zip code now. Laughed and then gone quiet in the way he does. I tell the new neighbors where the good store used to be. They smile politely, they won't go that far for groceries. And maybe they're right. Maybe I'm just navigating by a map that doesn't match the streets anymore. I kept your room the same for longer than they since your grandfather's chair is still beside the window. Some things you hold on to not because of what they are, but because of what you lose by letting go. Mama keeps the light on in the window frame. Mama keeps the door unlocked and says your name. Every city scatters what it used to hold, but Mama keeps the light on in the cold. They're building something tall on the lot where the school was. I watched the last wall come down in November. The kids who went there are in their 40s now. I wonder if they drive by and what they remember. I remember your first day, that particular morning. The light was the same color as it is right now. That's the thing about light, it doesn't change its character, even when everything below it rearranges it somehow. This letter isn't sad, I need you to know that sadness will mean I've given up on this address. I'm still here in the window with the lamp in the evening, still learning the names of whoever comes next. Because this neighborhood has always been a river. The faces change, but the current stays the same. What makes a place is the act of staying, and someone always stays to hold the flame. Mama keeps the light on in the window frame. Mama keeps the door unlocked and says your name. Every city scatters what it used to hold, but Mama keeps the light on in the cold. Come visit when you can and bring the children. Let them feel the floor that felt you growing. Some roots need to know the ground they came from, so understand the direction they've been going. I'll have the soup on and the table ready. Your grandfather's chair might have your name on it yet. Mama keeps the light on in the window, and the window keeps forgotten yet.
Employee number 4712 arrived. 603 departed. No, man.
The vending machine on the break room floor has been broken since March. The little sticker says out of order, like it's proud of the fact. Call from the second line says he's filed a request. 14 months of requests and the machine's still on his back. The supervisor's got a new chart on the wall, showing productivity metrics in 3 shades of blue. I asked what the blue shades meant, and she said it was visual. I said yes, and what does it visually do? They rotate us through 5 different stations, each one designed by someone who's never stood there. By hour 4, you start to appreciate absurdity as a management philosophy that's been exported somewhere. Yeah. Time card, no overtime. Punch in, punch out. Bring your body to the building. Leave your doubt. The chart says we're improving. The chart might be right. We've been improving for 12 hours. Send us home tonight. There's a motivational poster above the time clock. Teamwork makes a dream work in corporate fun. Beneath the someone added in marker, very small. The dream in question is theirs, not yours or mine. I've worked beside that poster for 6 years now. It still makes me smile on the way to the floor. Whoever wrote that is either gone or promoted. In this place, those 2 things feel similar more. They rotate us through 5 different stations, each one designed by someone who's never stood there. By hour 4, you start to appreciate absurdity as a management philosophy that's been exported somewhere. Yeah. Time card, no overtime. Punch in, punch out. Bring your body to the building. Leave your doubt. The chart says we're improving. The chart might be right. We've been improving for 12 hours. Send us home tonight. Yeah. Today they brought in a consultant to observe us. She had a clipboard and did not observe, and shoes appropriate for the floor.
At 3 o'clock she went back up to the office and we heard the coffee machine going up there behind the door. Ronnie from Loading said, what do you think she saw? I said, probably efficiency opportunity. Tony said I should write a book about this place. I said nobody reads anymore, but maybe a podcast. There's honor in this work, and I mean it when I say it. Even through the vending machine and the consulate shoe. We're making something real in this ugly building. Something that goes out into the world and gets you. But honor doesn't override the need for overtime. And it deserves to come with adequate breaks. The joke version of this place is for the outside telling. The real version is for us. And what this building takes. Time card, no overtime. Punch in, punch out. Bring your body to the building and leave your doubt. The chart says we're improving and the chart might be right. We've been improving for 12 hours, send us home tonight. 4:47 and the whistle does its thing. The floor empties out like a hall after a game. Tomorrow morning, same time, same entrance, same machine still broken. Same poster above the time clock, same mode ain't still claim. I put on my coat, I fold my safety glasses, trade them for the regular kind in the locker room last, and walk out into whatever the evening's decided to be. At least the sky doesn't have a chart for the sunset. Yeah. First time I came through this neighborhood, I was 28, looking for an address that didn't exist. I've been coming back ever since. I found this neighborhood the way you find most things, by getting lost in the right direction at the right time. A left turn where I should have gone straight on 7th, and suddenly the block was different. Suddenly it rhymed. The barbershop with the hand-painted window, the smell of the restaurant that has no sign above the door, the sound of something old and brass and certain coming from somewhere I couldn't quite locate before. Every stranger in the neighborhood is haunted by the version of themselves they might have been. If they've been born inside these specific coordinates instead of looking into someone else's screen. 7 ward stranger, looking for something true, the kind of truth that old neighborhoods hide in their shoes. A stranger learns the shape of a place from the outside. The ones who live there know it from the inside of the bruise. Of the brooder. I stopped at the corner store to ask for directions. The owner spent 10 minutes on my question before answering, and asked where I was from. And when I told him, he said his mother's cousin lived 3 blocks from there. By the time I left, I had his number and a bag of crackers. The address I was looking for had ceased to matter. I found something better and more accurate than what I came for, which is how the best discoveries always seem to scatter. Every stranger in a neighborhood is haunted by the version of themselves they might have been. If they've been born inside these specific coordinates instead of looking into someone else's screen. 7 ward stranger, looking for something true, the kind of truth that old neighborhoods hide in their shoes. A stranger learns the shape of a place from the outside. The ones who live there know it from the inside of the groove. La 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 do 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 do. been coming back to Seven Wall for 15 years. Not as a resident, not quite as a visitor. Something in between, the kind of relationship that doesn't have a name in any language I found. I know where the good music is on Thursday nights. I know which corner gets the afternoon light, right? But I don't know the arguments that live in these walls, or the weight of what it costs to stay inside this town. There's a kind of love that belongs to the stranger, the love that's made of looking and not on it, or finding something beautiful in what someone else is building, wanting it to last without your name on it. I want this neighborhood to survive its reinvention. I want the barbershop and the restaurant with no sign to stay. I want the brass sound from whatever direction it's coming from to still be playing when I come back another day. Seven Wall stranger, looking for something true, the kind of truth that old neighborhoods hide in their shoes. A stranger learns the shape of a place from the outside. The ones who live there know it from the inside of the bruise. Yeah. Last time I came through a Tuesday in October, the leaves were doing what October leaves do everywhere. The corner store owner's son was running the counter. Said his father moved to Phoenix for the warmer air. For practice, he gave me his father's number in Phoenix. Said the old man likes to hear about the neighborhood. Stood outside and called him right there on the sidewalk. A stranger in a neighborhood doing what strangers can do.
Yeah, ain't on the Mac by. Out on the night crew, there's a man named Clifton. Been clocking in at midnight since before the third shift had a name. He's never called in sick, he's never left early. He's outlasted 7 supervisors and a change of company name. The day shift thinks of Clifton as a kind of urban legend, a thing that happens in the building when the lights go down. Somebody on the morning shift once asked if he was real. A woman from receiver said only in the half-dark hours he owns. Clifton doesn't talk much, but when Clifton talks, the whole floor stops and leans into the sound. Because Clifton only speaks when something's worth the saying, and what's worth saying after midnight is profound. Nightside Legend, working when the stars are up. Nightside Legend, got the whole third shift in his cup. They write about him in the break room on the wall. Nightside Legend, stand the tallest when they're all about to fall. There's a code the night crew lives by, unwritten and unspoken. Yeah, you learn it or you don't, and if you don't, you're gone in a week. Yeah, Clifton knows all 47 pages of the maintenance manual, and 3 pages that weren't there when the manual was printed, so to speak. Yeah. One night the conveyor belt stopped dead at 3:15. The supervisor called the hotline. The hotline called a vendor. Clifton walked up, reached behind the housing with 2 fingers. Fix whatever needed fixing. Said happens in November. Clifton doesn't talk much, but when Clifton talks, the whole floor stops and leans into the sound. Because Clifton only speaks when something's worth the saying, and what's worth saying after midnight is profound. Nightside Legend, working when the stars are up. Nightside Legend, got the whole third shift in his cup. They write about him in the break room on the wall. Nightside Legend, stands the tallest when they're all about to fall. Hey, they try to promote him to a dayside manager position. Yeah, he showed up for the meeting in his usual night crew boots. Said thank you very kindly, but days on my appointment. Then walked back to the third shift like it never left the groove. Hey, the HR department
department put together a wellness survey. Clifton filled out his name and left the rest of it clean. Someone asked him why, and he thought about it carefully. Said he was well, which covered every single thing. What the Nightside Legend represents in this building is on the dayside management can't fully measure. A kind of mastery that looks like ordinary presence of devotion that the spreadsheets marked as labor. But it isn't labor the way the spreadsheets mean it. It's more like the machine has a preferred conversation partner, and the partner happens to be Clifton, and Clifton happens to like machines. And together they've been keeping this place running a little harder. Oh, Nightside Legend, working when the stars are up. In the break room on the wall, Nightside Legend stands the tallest when they're all about to fall. Yeah. Retirement parties being planned for some time in the future. Yeah. The committee has been planning it for going on 3 years. Every time they get the venue and the cake order sorted, Clifton fixes something that moves the target by a quarter. Yeah. Maybe he'll retire when the building doesn't need him. Maybe that's the day this building isn't planning to see it. Yeah. Until then, if the third shift runs smooth as an operation, give credit where it lives, which is the Nightside Clifton specifically. I'm not a reverend, not an ordained, and I just got something to say, and this corner's been listening since 1989.
Every morning I'm out here before the school buses come. Got my coffee in the blue thermos, same spot on the block. People walk by with their headphones in, which I understand, but some of them slow down and catch what I've got. I don't talk about sin, I talk about what's good, about the woman across the street watering her plants at 6, about the boy who held the door for 8 people running, the small holy things that don't require a pulpit or office. What makes a neighborhood divine isn't in the steeple, it's in the ordinary grace of who shows up. The baker who is there before the sun remembers, the one who always stops to ask about your cup. Cornerstone gospel, preach from the pavement. Cornerstone gospel, no collection plate. The congregation is everyone who passes, and every step they take is how we celebrate. I've had conversations here that changed my thinking entirely. A man stopped once and argued with me for an hour. Turned out he was right about what I was saying wrong. And we've been talking every Tuesday since that afternoon. There's a woman who drives past me twice each morning. First time she shakes her head, second time she waves. I take both responses as engagement with the message. The point is to get people thinking in a range. What makes a neighborhood divine isn't in the steeple, it's in the ordinary grace of who shows up. The baker who is there before the sun remembers, the one who always stops to ask about your cup. Cornerstone gospel, preach from the pavement. Cornerstone gospel,
they think I'm not watching, listening to what the old man has to say. I find that the less I preach and the more I just talk it, the more they lean in toward whatever I'm laying. One kid asked me what I get out of this standing. I said I get to be awake in the best possible way, to be present with the neighborhood in its daily going, and that is more than enough to fill the day. The corner is a kind of altar made of concrete, sacred not by design but by the weight of years. Every person who has stood here, troubled or rejoicing, has left something of themselves in the air around here. I'm just a current custodian of this particular corner. Tomorrow someone else might take the morning shift, but the corner will keep doing what corners do intended, which is remind people they are part of something that exists. Cornerstone gospel, preach from the pavement. Cornerstone gospel, no collection plate. The congregation is everyone who passes it, and every step they take is how we celebrate. On this corner, kids and mothers and the lunch hour crowd, all their own kind of sermon happening in order. I'll be back tomorrow with the sunrise and the coffee, and whatever the block needs me to notice and say. The corner doesn't ask for credentials, just commitment, and commitment I've got in enough supply make it through the day, to make it through the day. They expect me to be quiet now. They expect the years to have softened what the years have actually sharpened. I've been told many times that I've earned my rest by people who are glad to have me resting, the ones who wanted what I was building all along, are most eager to frame it as me deserving quiet. But I watched this neighborhood my whole adult life, and watch the same mistakes get repackaged and resold. And I'm not gonna rest in the middle of that repackaging, because they confuse my age with being old. The young ones think that anger burns out over time, that I've made peace with what was never worth the peace. But I've done the math on every decade since I was 20, and the math keeps arriving at the same conclusion. Old soldier speaks, and the room gets quiet, not because the room agrees, but because it knows. The man who stood in every fire of the last 50 years is still standing, still burning, still refusing to go. I was at the meetings, I was on the marches, I've read the transcripts of turns out over time that I've made peace with what was never worth a piece. But I've done the math on every decade since I was 20, and the math keeps arriving at the same conclusion. Old soldier speaks, and the room gets quiet, not because the room agrees, but because it knows. The man who stood in every fire of the last 50 years is still standing, still burning, still refusing to go. My daughter says I should write my memories down. Says the young people would be grateful for the context. I've started it twice and stopped both times because memory requires a precision the present keeps interrupting. But I keep paying attention, which is its own record. The old soldier's best weapon and has always been his witness, being present in a way that says I see this happening, and I will remember that I saw it, and the seeing matters. What the years have given me is not the peace thereafter. They've given me the long view, which is not the same as Saul's. The long view is, I've seen where this kind of story goes, when nobody holds the place where holding on is required. I'll hold the place then, even if my knees object, even if the room prefers me politely in the corner. What they call a burden, I've renamed a purpose, and a purpose in an old man is a dignified thing to carry. Old soldier speaks, and the room gets quiet, not because the room agrees, but because it knows. The man who stood in every fire of the last 50 years is still standing, still burning, still refusing to go. So no, I will not be quiet, not yet. Not while the same old arrangements are getting fresh paint. Not while the names keep changing on the same old document. Not while the things we built are called the things that they ain't. I'll speak till I can't speak, I'll stand till I can't stand. And after that I trust the ones I've been talking to, because the soldier's final act of defiance is making sure the next soldier knows exactly what to do. Two kings on Elm Avenue, nobody gave us that crown. Two kings on Elm Avenue, built it from the bottom up and brought it to town. Been through the fire and a long way around. Two kings on Elm Avenue, still standing on our ground. You remember when we used to think $100 was a fortune? Standing in the parking lot, dividing it up carefully. Now look at us, still standing in the same parking lot, except the lot has our names on 2 parking spaces. Seriously, I told you in '98 that we were gonna make it. You told me I was too high on possibility. I told you possibility was all I had and all I needed. You said fine, then I'm coming with you. That's the story of these 20 years. The kind of trust that carries you through everything. Ooh, isn't something you go looking for and find you. Ooh, on the corner at 19 with nothing but a vision, and somebody who says I believe what you believe too. Two kings on Elm Avenue, nobody gave us that crown. Two kings on Elm Avenue, built it from the bottom up and brought it to town. Been through the fire and the long way around. Two kings on Elm Avenue, still standing on our ground. Remember when we lost everything in the 3rd year? I thought that was the end, and you said it was the middle. You went out and got a second job and kept the books going. I painted the story and tried to remember what we stood for in the riddle. Turned out the riddle they would be in the parking lot out back. The kind of trust that carries you through everything. Ooh, is it something you go looking for? Find you on a corner at 19 with nothing but a vision, and somebody who says I believe what you believe too. Two kings on Elm Avenue. Nobody gave us that crown. Two kings on Elm Avenue, built it from the bottom up and brought it to town. Been through the fire and the long way around. Two kings on Elm Avenue, still standing on our ground. Next for the both of us, because I don't think either of us is the kind to retire easy. You've been talking about the community center for 2 years, and I've been listening, and I think you know I'm not disagreeing. The neighborhood made us, which means we owe the neighborhood something more substantial than a parking space with our names on it. We know what we did with nothing. Imagine what we do with something. Let's close the first chapter and write the one that gets remembered. People talk about overnight success like success is a night thing. Like one morning you wake up and the kingdom's already there. What they don't see is a parking lot conversation. The years of being each other's only creditor and chair. You were there when I thought about stopping. I was there on the night you needed someone to tell you the truth. That's the kind of friendship that the world keeps running on. And that's the king I'm proud to be beside. And that king is you. Two kings on Elm Avenue. Nobody gave us that crown. Two kings on Elm Avenue, built it from the bottom up and brought it to town. Been through the fire and the long way around. Two kings on Elm Avenue, still standing on our ground. We've been standing on this corner for 20 years plus some. The corner knows our names, the street light knows our faces. And everywhere you look in this part of the neighborhood, there's something we touch, something we improve, something that takes up spaces. This place didn't make it easy and we didn't ask it to. We made it something, and the something that made us more. Two kings on Avenue, and the crown is everything we did together. And we'll keep on doing it because that's what kings are for. I was 17 that summer. The hydrant stayed open from June through the 3rd week of August without complaint. We rode our bikes from the avenue all the way to Riverside, like a mission that had no destination and no strain. There was a girl named Keisha who lived on the side of Maple. She used to be on her porch every afternoon by 4. I never said the right thing when I
Devin had a radio he carried on his shoulder, one of those big ones that required its own commitment. We'd go to the park and set it up like an announcement, like we were broadcasting the neighborhood's official sentiment. The older guys on the benches would shake their heads then nod, because the music was the same music, only louder and younger. And loud young music is its own form of respect, paid to the music that came before it by the ones who come after. Some summers are just summers, and some summers are the version of yourself you'll spend the rest of your life going back to visit. 17 was mine, and I live in it sometimes. On mornings when the light doesn't put the good thing to make it. 17 summers back, and I can feel the pavement. 17 summers back, and the music's coming through the wall. The neighborhood was smaller, and the sky was somehow bigger. 17 summers back, before I knew that we could fall. Yeah. Devin moved to Charlotte for a job in banking. Keisha's a teacher somewhere in the school district north of here. Yeah. The park has different benches and a sign about hours. And the hydrant situation has been formalized out here. I go back sometimes, walk the specific route, the avenue to Riverside, and back along the Maple side. Not looking for what's gone, because I know what's gone. Just checking in with something that's still living inside. Memory is a neighborhood you visit but don't live in. The rent is nostalgia and the lease is the length of your life. I pay it every time I smell the kind of summer night that makes you 17, regardless of your actual age. I don't wanna live in 17 forever. That summer taught me things by the specific way it ended. But I wanna know that 17 is still in me somewhere, a version of myself that hasn't yet been fully amended. Oh, 17 summers back, and I can feel the pavement. 17 summers back, and the music's coming through the wall. The neighborhood was smaller, and the sky was somehow bigger. 17 summers back, before I knew that we could
Anito, the radio Devin had, I asked him about it last year. He said he thought it was at his mother's place in storage. I said I'll split the cost if you can find it. He said let me check, which I know means probably. Some things are better as the memory of things than as the actual thing dragged out into the current light. 17 summers back is where I keep it perfect, and perfect is the version that gets to stay the night.
My father worked this dock, his father worked this dock. They're both buried with salt water in their lungs, metaphorically speaking. I am not a metaphor. I am still here. The morning fog comes off the harbor, thick as something you can hold. Before the cranes start moving and the ships announce their business. I've been on this dock since before the automated systems, when everything to move was moved by someone's specific hands. They brought the machines
and over 3 consecutive winters. Said productivity increasing, workers would adjust. The workers who adjusted are the ones still here beside me. The ones who didn't are a different kind of story, different kind of dust. You wanna talk about the body and what it learned from decades of knowing exactly how much weight it can carry. The harbor teaches everything in the language of the physical, and the physical remembers what the mind is happy to forget. Harbor bones, harbor deep in my skeleton. Harbor bones, 30 years in every tendon and joint. Oh, you work the dog long enough, the dock works back into you. Harbor bones, the harbor's made its point. We lost 3 men over the years to various accidents. Not dramatic, not cinematic, just the way it happens. A miscommunication, a cable under tension in the weather, or split second in the gap between the vessel and the platform. The memorial plaques are on the wall by the timekeeper's office names. I knew men whose lunches I sat across from. The dock doesn't make ceremony out of laws. It pauses and then keeps the rhythm of its loading. You wanna talk about the body and what it learns from decades of knowing exactly how much weight it can carry. The harbor teaches everything in the language of the physical, and the physical remembers what the mind is happy to forget. Harbor bones, harbor deep in my skeleton. Harbor bones, 30 years in every tendon and joint. Oh, you work the dock long enough, the dock works back into you. Harbor bones, the harbor's made its point. My son came to the dock once when he was 12. I wanted him to see it and also to not want it. He watched the cranes for an hour without speaking and said, "I understand why you are the way you are." He meant it as understanding, not as accusation, and I took it both ways because both ways were correct. The dock makes a man in its particular image, and the image is something to be proud of and to inspect. There is a dignity in understanding what you do completely, and knowing every shift of the tide and the weight of the load. The crane operators and the dock workers and the logistics crew are all in a conversation that takes years to learn its code. I've earned the fluency to speak in this language fully, and that fluency is not nothing in the way the world assigns things. The harbor doesn't care about the titles or the accolades, but it knows who understands its language when the tide comes in. Harbor bones, harbor deep in my skeleton. Harbor bones, 30 years in every tendon and joint. Oh, you work the dock long enough, the dock works back into you. Harbor bones, the harbor's made its point. Hey, end of shift, and the harbor's still going. Harbors don't have shifts, harbors just HUDs, have weather and traffic. Hey, I walk the length of the dock one time before I leave, an old habit, a way of saying goodbye. That's actually gratitude. Oh, the water catches whatever light is left in the sky at 5 o'clock. And does that thing that water does with light when it's beautiful. My father taught me the name of that particular color, and I've never read it in a book, but I know it's real and ritual. 3 generations of harbor in my bones. 3 generations of fog and rope and loading, and when they ask me if I do it all again, I don't answer right away because the answer is complicated. I do it and I hope my son finds something different. I do it and I put my name on every piece of ship. I do it because the harbor made me what I am, and what I am is standing at the dock as the harbor dips. I do it and I put my name on every piece of that ship. I do it because the harbor made me what I am, and what I am is standing at the dock as the harbor dips. My amp runs off a car battery. patched with tape. The mic's a tin can on a broomstick. That's all it takes. I set up every morning where the pigeons hold their court, between the pawn shop and the bodega. By the basketball court, a man in a three-piece suit threw a dollar, looked away. I played 6 bars of gospel at his back, he kept on his way. The kids come out at recess and they crowd around my feet. Old Martha from apartment 9 leans out to feel the beat. I'm not asking for permission, I'm not waiting on the stage. This concrete right here is my inheritance, my way. Some days rain, some days sun, some days nobody, some days everyone. But I keep the pocket tight, keep the groove alive. On the sidewalk, baby, is where I learned to survive. This beat ain't begging for a crowd. The groove don't need a stage to be proud. Every note I give is free and true. This corner knows exactly what to do. Thursday afternoon, a woman stopped and cried, said the song reminded her somebody who died. I played another hour just for her, no charge. Some things money can't buy, and music's by far. The hustler on the corner nods and keeps his game. The cop walks by, he's heard enough, he knows my name. By evening when the traffic slows, I'm counting up my day. Not just the coins, the conversations tucked away. Some days rain, some days sun, some days nobody, some days everyone. But I keep the pocket tight, keep the groove alive. On the sidewalk, baby, is where I learned to survive. This beat ain't begging for a crowd. The groove don't need a stage to be proud. Every note I give is free and true. This corner knows exactly what to do. Monday morning, my spot was taken by a taco stand. I move 1 block east, stake my claim with both my hands. The bass line hit the window of the corner pharmacy. The pharmacist came out and said, man, play that again for me. You think you need permission, you need nothing but the sound. You think you need approval, that's how dreamers get run. Or I got a catalog of sidewalk songs nobody ever heard, worth more to me than a record deal. On my honor, on my word, I play for wedding parties, stumbling out at 2 a.m. I play for homeless veterans, I play for visiting friends, I play for birthday children and the broken and the blessed. I play when rain came sideways and I didn't get no rest. But the groove stays with me, it don't care about the weather, it don't care about the audience or whether I feel better. The music is the message that nobody has to buy. This sidewalk was my cathedral underneath the city sky.